their faculty, staff, administrators, and governing board. I address you at a point in time when we are faced with financial uncertainty. Enrollment is down by 22%, and 17% of new enrollments are part time enrollees. Graduation rates at the university, while up by 3%, is down overall by 14%. These are all critical indicators for the awarding of finances under performance funding. The university is faced with a $5 million shortfall in its operational budget. As the state faces deficits in the billions, the university must begin to look at measures to cut its budget and streamline processes to achieve financial savings. The university must evaluate how we move forward during this period of economic uncertainty. These are challenging times for all of us, but our commitment to each other will help us to get through this difficult time. We will be facing turbulent times ahead, but we must weather this storm together and build a more influential university that is self-reliant and fiscally sound. Effective immediately, the university is therefore freezing all new hires and salary increases. We are also restricting non-essential travel and freezing non-essential purchases. We will provide more details in the coming weeks ahead, but be rest assured we will make it through this together. We are also taking this time to develop sustainable programs, partnerships, and enrollment measures for the next 10 years. The cost-saving measures directed at developing partnerships and designing programs will address fiscal stability and sustainability in the future. Anytown University is located in one of the poorest congressional districts in the United States. Enrolling and graduating students from underserved areas present unique challenges and requires non-traditional college support tools to achieve outcomes. Currently, the university's funding structure is performance funding, and therefore puts the university at a disadvantage because of the lack of funding over the years to support our student population. Programs like SEEK and College Discovery are developing the roadmap for student success, working with underserved and first-generation college students. These support programs are developing the tools and resources needed to improve full-time enrollment and graduation outcomes in minority student populations. As some of you are aware, a significant portion of funding is directly linked to the university's performance. Let me take a minute to outline what performance funding entails. Performance funding ties institutional funding directly to the college or university's improvement outcome. Some of the key performance indicators are full-time enrollment, credit completion, and graduation rates. However, the current performance policy does not explore the needs of the university in areas serving marginalized populations. According to the Community College Review, which did research and looked at two-year minority-serving institutions and non-two-year minority-serving institutions, found that it was inequitable. The concept of performance funding was first introduced in the state of Tennessee. However, over the years, it has been adopted by several states and the federal government. The one-size-fits-all approach to higher education funding does not take into consideration some key metrics that affect community and or college and universities operating in underserved communities. Professor Richard Clinch of Seton Hall wrote that given concerns about college recruiting, fewer students from traditional underrepresented groups and groups of equity provisions that seek to mitigate these concerns, it is important to examine why performance-based systems, funding systems with equity provisions are effective in changing college enrollment patterns. And he wrote this in 2019. The current formula does not take into consideration the barriers to higher education and what students in these underserved areas have to contend with if they are to be successful in college. Coast to coast, we see the disparities in college funding in the neediest of these communities. All of us can recall stories of the hardships and struggles many of our students face every day. You can testify that despite these hardships, you bore witness to their determination to succeed. Many students overcoming immense odds to achieve a college degree. According to the Community College Review, which looks at minority serving institutions, states that they are at a disadvantage. These colleges that operate in minority serving institutions are at a disadvantage based on performance funding. There is an urgent need to address student recruitment and enrollment and provide the tools and support to students at the university. We need to find ways to keep students engaged and promote an environment of student-centered and focused learning. Faculty must be trained to operate in a distance learning format and be equipped with the tools necessary for online teaching and learning. We are faced with a tremendous task ahead, but with your support and cooperation, we can get through this challenging period. We celebrate the achievements of our students and stand with them throughout this economic hardship before, and we must do so once again. Unfortunately, the university will experience additional cuts to its already strained operating budget. We must once again develop strategies, procedures, and cost-saving measures to balance the university's budget. We are going to take the university into a new prosperous direction. To address the shortfall in funding, the university will develop online programs to improve full-time enrollment, rent unused real estate, to build collaboration, develop career ladder programs, create stackable credentialing credits for life experience, and design experience-based curriculum. Anytime University will use this time to reduce spending using a systematic approach. The university will do so by creating employer-based curriculums, developing partnerships, and rewarding student credentials and career experience. To achieve these objectives, the university is proposing the following over 2 years. Year 1, the university will develop online programs in areas based on employer needs. We will conduct a needs assessment with leading employers in the city and surrounding states. Using the assessment results, the university will target employees in these employment sectors. These programs will be designed to meet the needs of the employers and can be adjusted if there is a shift in workplace demand. The university's online programs can increase the number of full-time enrollments by 23% over the next 2 years. Number 2, we will design career ladders, programs, and utilize stackable credentialing to create academic achievement milestones for students. The university will partner directly with the employers to develop the skills competencies needed at each rung of the ladder. Students will receive credits for certifications in their field of study. For example, a certified medical assistant will receive credits for phlebotomy and EKG certification. Students can receive up to 15 stackable credits in a 2-year program and 20 for a 4-year program. According to the Community College Research Center at Columbia University, one proposed way to improve the link between college and labor market is to develop a system of short-term stackable credentials. And this survey was done in 2017. Number 3, Anytown University will award credits for life experience. Students can be granted up to 9 credits for life experience. The university can award credits at any point in the student's work experience that meets specific criteria. For example, students can receive credit for skills they learn on the job during their careers. While in a medical program, a student receives training on running IV lines. Then once the student has developed the competency of running IV lines, she or he can be awarded credits for that experience. Therefore, you can earn credits for life experience as you work and achieve a new skill. In year 2, the college will rent space on campus to some companies like manufacturing and healthcare. The students from the university will intern at these employers, and they will work with our continuing education department to develop workforce development training. As an example, we can rent space to a healthcare provider to open an urgent care or community clinic or research facility. This partnership will generate revenue for the college and provide internship sites for the students. We know the road ahead would be difficult, but we are stronger together. We are now at a point in time when our commitment to the communities we serve will be tested above measure. Over the coming months, you will hear more about these plans to improve enrollment, build online capacity, and create employer-based curriculums. I call on you to do all you can to lead this university into a new era of creativity and innovation. The university must find new ways to build strong programs while reducing costs. Please join me in implementing these procedures to improve the university's course offerings, but most importantly, create degree programs that advance the social and economic outcomes of the students we serve. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you in the coming months as we build a new pathway to prosperity and community upliftment.